Life's been good to us, you know. We're LA's very own. For years we've been together, and the best is yet to come. We're LA's very own.
Joining us live in studio, Aparna Brielle from the new Arnold Schwarzenegger spy series FUBAR, Monday on the KTLA 5 Morning News.
Broadcasting across the Golden State, this is Inside California Politics.
Thanks for joining us for Inside California Politics. I'm Frank Buckley in Los Angeles.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo in Sacramento. There is a new Speaker of the California Assembly. On Friday, Robert Rivas was sworn in as the 71st Assembly Speaker, replacing Speaker Anthony Rendon, who was the second longest serving Speaker behind Willie Brown and just surpassed Jesse Unruh this past week. The ceremony within the Capitol capped a very busy week for lawmakers and the governor in Sacramento. Joining us now to discuss this busy week, Inside California Politics Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace. Eitan, a very busy week at the state capitol. It is a new era in terms of leadership in the assembly. On Friday, Robert Rivas officially sworn in as the new speaker, the 71st speaker. A lot of firsts for him. He is the first speaker in modern history to represent a rural part of the state. So take us through the highlights.
Indeed. Well, you know, Nikki, Rivas really focused on that, especially during his speech, especially his roots coming from a farm worker family. He said his grandfather worked his entire life on the fields. Rivas grew up in farm worker housing on the northern central coast there in Hollister. So he really made that a focal point of his speech. And he said the fact that now he's becoming the state assembly speaker, one of the most powerful positions here in the entire legislature, well, he says that's a testament to the California dream. But he was also pretty stark and honest. He said in the sense that California dream for many Californians is becoming much, much harder to achieve these days. And he focused on homelessness. He focused on just middle-class families, on housing and education. He says much harder. Millions of Californians, he says, achieved that.
Is fractured. Let's talk about the outgoing speaker, Anthony Rendon. You also had the opportunity to sit down with him and talk to him one-on-one and reflect on his time as speaker, longest serving since Willie Brown. So what did he have to say to you?
Well, you know, he was very interesting in the sense of he was very honest as well. When I would ask him things like, well, what were your regrets? What do you think you were not able to accomplish? He was pretty frank in that homelessness and housing really, in his words, did not get better during his 7 years as the tenure as speaker. But he also said he was proud of other matters, proud of things like he says he helped make the legislature more diverse. He says more women than ever here in the legislature. He also said he's proud of the multiple budgets he worked on, both with former Governor Brown and this current governor, Gavin Newsom. So he said overall, the fact is that he's kind of surprised. He had 7 years here leading the assembly in one of the most powerful positions, but he looks back at it and he says he's filled with gratitude.
And he will still be serving in the assembly as a lawmaker, possibly a run for treasurer in the future. But I want to pivot now to the state budget, because that was another big story to come out of the Capitol this week. And there was a lot of negotiating going on all week. And transit really was, you know, one of those points where there was some back and forth, and Democrats and progressives were really trying.
Includes more than $1 billion really. Budget going to transit. That includes more than $1 billion really as a bailout, lawmakers say, a bailout to help struggling public transit agencies. Something, as you mentioned, Phil Ting there. Yes, Phil Ting says this is going to be very helpful, especially for Bay Area agencies, but something that Republicans, including Minority Leader James Gallagher, well, he says it's just spending more money on a problem that's already failing. Nikki?
All right, our Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace, a very busy week for you. As always, appreciate you giving us some of your time here on Inside California Politics.
Great to be with you, Nikki. Thanks.
The United States Supreme Court has issued a number of decisions on key issues, including striking down